Hello everyone, my name is Geeta and welcome to your Pick a Card reading. So the title of this video is going to be, what are their true feelings for you? So this is going to be stone number 1 with the aventurine, stone number 2 with the clear quartz crystal, stone number 3 with the amethyst, and stone number 4 with the rose quartz. So you can go ahead and take a moment and pause the video to pick out which stone is yours. And while you're doing that, I would just like to say that if you like this kind of video, please give my video a thumbs up. It helps me out and it lets me know which ones you actually like, so I'll keep making those certain titles. If you would like to be notified of future videos, please subscribe and hit the bell notification. And if you would like to have a private reading, you can see how to do that in the video description below. Also, in the video description is where you will find the timestamps for your different stones. So let's go ahead and get started and let's find out what their true feelings are for you. Alright, so here we have the cards for stone number 1 with the aventurine, and let's go ahead and find out what their true feelings are about you. So we have the Page of Swords, the Emperor, the Six of Swords, and the Queen of Wands in the reverse. Then we have White Wolf, Albatross, Clover, and Yarn. Then we have Manage to be Glad, number 43, which I'll show you. And then we have number 12, Have Faith. Alright, so let's go ahead and figure out what is going on here. This feels a little mixed up. I'm not going to lie, because as it says with the yarn, it's complicated. There's a complicated circumstance that is going on. So I'm going to clarify these to figure these out, because this is a little bit confusing. That Queen of Wands in the reverse is throwing me off. Let's clarify the Page of Swords, please. Clarify the Page of Swords. Clarify the Page of Swords. Judgment. So with the Page of Swords, I am seeing that there is some kind of communication, like a message of truth, some kind of message of truth that they want to give to you. And with Judgment, I'm feeling like they're feeling called to actually do that. Clarify Judgment. Clarify Judgment. Clarify Judgment. We have the Six of Wands. I have to clarify that before I can say what that's about. Six of Wands can indicate a victory or something. But clarify the Six of Wands, please. Clarify the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands has been coming so hard at me lately, I swear to God, and it's like giving me weird meanings. Clarify the Six of Wands. They've decided to recognize you. This is so weird. I get so many weird interpretations from the Six of Wands. If anybody else who reads gets weird things from Six of Wands sometimes, let me know if I'm the only person who gets weird readings from it. Like, but it's like they're feeling called to communicate with you. They're feeling drawn to, okay? And they decided, it's like the Six of Wands can indicate being victorious, but that's not what I feel. I don't know. Some of you, it feels like they have decided that you have won in the situation with communication. Maybe they were holding out or something. But what I'm getting though also is like, but I feel the word recognition keeps coming through. So I feel like they're wanting to recognize you for something, for maybe adapting to the situation. With the Two of Pentacles, they want to recognize you. And but the two of Pentacles it's like it's someone who's juggling two things. But it's like they want to recognize you, and then adapting is the word that comes, and being able to, it's like to lighten things up, to be able to adapt. And to be able to, with a Six of Cups, you could be thinking this about them, but I feel like it's saying for most of you. And with the Eight of Cups, it's like they want to tell you these things. It's something to do with these things they want to tell you. And the Eight of Cups, that it's like it wants to say that you've moved on emotionally. Maybe they feel like that you've moved on emotionally, or you've somehow emotionally matured. Clarify the Eight of Cups, please. Clarify the Eight of Cups. They feel like there wasn't enough like give and take between the both of you, but it could be, take it however it resonates, whichever side was what. It could have been they didn't have enough give towards you, or you didn't have enough to them, take whatever resonates. And then, but in that they feel like that, I feel like that it's saying that you've changed, and they recognizing this change that has made between the both, like between that you've done. It's something you've adapted, you've changed, and they want to recognize it. They want to say something to you about it. Like they think that you're victorious. They think that you've won something, and it may not be necessarily with them. They just feel like that maybe you've had public recognition for some of you. You know, maybe you're being successful in something that you're doing, and they're like, wow, that's amazing and everything, and they want to like kind of get your attention. And then we have the Emperor. Okay, and the Emperor is somebody who's in a power position. Okay, someone who's in like a leadership role. If it's saying that they feel, if they feel that you have really come into this power, you've come into your power. Clarify the Emperor, please. Clarify the Emperor. All right, so we have the Five of Pentacles. Let's figure out what that's all about. Clarify the Five of Pentacles, please. Clarify the Five of Pentacles. Reverse upright. Not on the floor. Reverse upright. All right. It feels like it's saying that you've taken control over your situation. They feel like you've taken control over your situation. And even though you were feeling maybe abandoned or left out in the cold or something like that, that you still remained emotionally calm, and that you were able to be wise instead of overreacting, perhaps. Clarify the King of Cups, please. Clarify the King of Cups. First upright. I feel like that at the time, they could not see the bigger picture. Maybe they were the ones who stayed emotionally calm. Depends on who was left out in the cold. Whoever was left out in the cold is the one who stayed emotionally calm. Alright. But was able to see the bigger picture. The Three of Wands in the reverse. Clarify the Three of Wands in the reverse. And able to find happiness, even though they were sad and feeling abandoned. Clarify the Six of Swords. Okay, that kind of came out there quickly. Alright, and then it's saying that this is kind of feels like a story of someone who went through something and then came out on top. So we have the Six of Swords, where like mental healing, mental transitioning, okay? So I don't know, this feels like they're just saying they're recognizing you for what you've done, for what you've accomplished. And then we have the Four of Wands. And again, you're able to be happy. You're able to find your happiness. You're able to, I'm hearing, appreciate the little things in your life. Clarify the Four of Wands, please. Clarify the Four of Wands. Stop twirling. Alright, the Ace of Pentacles, and you're able to start something new. Reverse upright. And well, should I even take this card? Okay. Let me clarify it. It's the Moon. I think it's in reverse. Clarify the Moon in the reverse, please. Clarify the Moon in the reverse. Clarify the Moon in the reverse. Clarify the Moon in the reverse, please. Oh boy. And I feel like they want to say that they feel that you were in denial about the situation. Somebody who's in denial about the situation could be a bit projecting. Someone with the King of Wands in the reverse is not somebody, is somebody who is being controlling, someone who is being inauthentic, someone who is being manipulative. I feel like projecting. So weird. Maybe they feel like that's the way that you are behaving. Clarify the Queen of Wands. Clarify the Queen of Wands, please. Clarify the Queen of Wands. Clarify the Queen of Wands. The Six of Cups. So the Queen of Wands in the reverse is someone who is mean. They're mean. They do things that are kind of cruel, but also it's not like they're just mean. It's like a person who is doing things and saying things and they're hurting people, but it's like they don't realize that they're hurting them. It's like they don't realize that their power, that the power that they're having over that person. And maybe I feel like that's what it's saying, that you didn't feel, they don't believe that you realized that they feel like they projected onto you certain things, certain qualities, and that you're being inauthentic. But they're moving away from these feelings. And then with the Queen of Wands, it's like they don't believe that you realized that how much that you were hurting them, the power that you had over them, that they just didn't think it mattered that much, I guess, or they thought that you think that it didn't matter that much. Maybe you didn't think that they really cared that much. Clarify the Six of Cups, please. Clarify the Six of Cups. Alright, so we have the Six of Cups. And saying the Six of Cups because they're thinking back on the situation. Okay, when they do think back, that's what they're thinking. They're thinking that while it come off on the surface, it comes off that what went down was that you were being mean or cruel or something. Maybe even it could have been misunderstood as being on purpose, but in all actuality, they don't believe that you actually understood how much you were hurting them after they thought about it, when they think back on it. And we have the Hierophant, It's like I feel like they've gotten like spiritual guidance on it, or yeah, that they've looked inward and they've gotten spiritual guidance on the situation to help them understand the situation and why it happened and the lessons that were to be learned and the guidance that they've like grown. Clarify the Hierophant, please. Clarify the Hierophant. Clarify the Hierophant. We have the Five of Cups in the reverse. We have the Five of Cups in the reverse. Let me think. Let me clarify. Clarify the Five of Cups in the reverse, please. Clarify the Five of Cups in the reverse. The Seven of Wands in the reverse. So they are sad about what happened. Okay. But they decided to go ahead and pick up the pieces, and with the Seven of Wands decided to back down from the situation. So now that I've read all this, I'm going back over here again. So this is like they want to tell you. If this is all the stuff that they want to tell you, I'm going to go over this again. So they want to communicate. They decided that they want to communicate with you. They're feeling called to tell you all of these things that I've basically been talking about. They want to tell you how they've become successful and they've been victorious, you know, and they want to recognize you. It's still about recognizing you for the situation kind of brought them into, it helped them be the Six of Wands, even though it sucked, you know, for them. Apparently there was sadness and everything like that. But I feel, again, there's like a strong sense of growing spiritually here. And then they've adapted. They want to tell you that they have adapted and everything like that. And they can handle things better now. They're definitely in control more so of their emotions. Maybe they were not. Maybe there's like both of you were just not very in control of your emotions then. But they're moving away from that difficult feeling. They're moving away. They've you know, grown spiritually with the Six of Cups. They've grown and they've managed to learn a lot about themselves as through this situation, even though you wouldn't think it. And they've learned more about the balance between give and take, even though I still feel like they might think that you didn't give as much as you should have. Okay, but either way, through everything that they've learned, they've grown and they have so much more they can offer the world now, and they do want a new beginning. They might still want a new beginning with you or something for some of you. But they're more like this Emperor energy now. You know, even though they were left out in the cold with the Five of Pentacles, they managed to stay emotionally calm. They didn't overreact. And at the time, they couldn't see the bigger picture, but with the Ten of Cups, they can now. It's like I could tell this whole story over again. Anyways, but everything else is still the same over here. But this is a really cool story. Maybe you don't think so. But they feel so much more confidence now. They have White Wolf, which is confidence and guidance, you know, trust in yourself, freedom, resilience, stamina, believe in your power. So now through what has happened, they are starting to believe in their power way more. They feel lucky here with Clover. They feel lucky what happened was like a happy coincidence. They feel like there's a reward. They have good fortune. Okay, it does say unexpected rendezvous, carefree, a fling, and flirt. So maybe that was part of it for some of you guys. Maybe that's what they still want. However, we do have albatross and yarn. Albatross says good sign or omen, baggage, burdens, feeling cursed, guilt, shame, or regret. I feel like for some of you it's going to be a little bit different. Some of you it's going to be that they had a lot of baggage and maybe they got freed from that baggage, you know? Maybe they felt cursed. Maybe you feel cursed, you know? Either way, there is a feeling of shame, regret, and guilt that is going on, maybe even between both of you. I'm feeling in this, okay? And then we have yarn. The circumstances are complicated in this situation. Some of you, maybe you strung them along. And maybe you feel guilty. Maybe they strung you along. You strung them along. It could go either way. Take whatever resonates. It's a general reading. Puzzling, all tied up. Conundrum, unraveled, tangled. So either they've already sent you communication saying these things, or maybe you'll be getting communication about these things. Basically, it's going to be about whatever happened between the both of you. However, it's not going to be negative. I feel like it's going to be positive. Why? Because they have managed to feel glad. I'm going to read that. Number 43. This one's giving me a hard time, I'm not gonna lie. I'm like pulling your cards, I'm like, what? This is confusing me. I'm like, I can't wait to clarify these. Anyway, so it says, create your own happiness regardless of conditions. This is something I feel like they want to tell you about them, that they've accomplished. There's something that they've done. Again, it's like this, what I was saying, like, they want to tell you, like, basically how much they've grown, even though you've hurt them, or whatever situation it caused. You know, maybe it feels like maybe you might have hurt them, maybe you strung them along or something like that, and or maybe there was some kind of miscommunication. There was something where maybe they thought that you wanted a romantic relationship with them or something, and maybe you kind of did, but maybe you decided not to go with it for some reason. Anyways, and they were really devastated, and that they really don't feel like that you realize how devastated they are, or the power that you had over them at the time when you did it initially. And so it feels like they have they have forgiven you. Even though I don't have anything that's saying forgive, but, you know, that's what it feels like. It says, I wish I could manage to be glad, the queen said. Only I never can remember the rule. You must be very happy living in the wood and being glad whenever you like. It says, the queen is almost berating Alice, imagining her to be happy whenever she wishes, thinking that the business of being happy is simple. As the queen, she feels it is not simple for her, but she wants to manage to be glad. Except, as she says, she cannot remember the rule. Is there a rule to happiness? Is there a way to manage to be glad? When this card comes to you, there are two possibilities, just as there are two slithy toves in the painting. The first is that others assume your life is simpler, easier, and that happiness comes more readily to you. And I'm actually feeling that maybe some of you might think that about this person. Maybe you feel like that you hurt them or something like that. Something went down, but then you go and you check on them months or years later, and here they are, happy looking and successful. Maybe when you check out their social media or something like that. And maybe you get the impression that maybe they find happiness easier than other people, or than what you can do. There is an implication that they have it harder or must struggle to be happy. This is not the case at all. Your happiness has been earned. In some ways, you have created it by directing your thoughts and impulses towards the steady creation of happiness. So basically what it's saying that is what this person has done, which is, the person that you're inquiring about. That's what they've done. Maybe it seems to you like they're happy, okay, and that maybe it's just easier for them to be happy, but in all actuality, this person has been sad and they have been hurt and everything, but they've managed to learn how to be happy, how to be glad, despite of negative things happening to them. The second possibility is that you must learn how to be happy. That's something maybe you need to do. If you're wondering that, if you're thinking the first thing I said. Having joy in our lives is not just good fortune, circumstance, or temperament. It comes through the careful management of our thoughts and deeds so that we nurture the possibility of joy and move ever closer to happiness, which is what I talk about all the time. No one is responsible for your happiness but you. You can't hold other people responsible for your happiness. You have to assess your responsibility. Okay, so if someone comes in and says something or does something negative to you, you can be like, I was so happy until you came along. Well, if you can learn how to manage to be glad with how your life is and not allow everyone to come in and destroy your happiness too easily, then it will come to you. But it's something that definitely has to be learned. It says, do not let others steal your joy or imply that being joyful means that you are not as serious, deep, or hardworking as they are. Happiness is often hard-earned. We must find it amidst the most troubling of challenges. Alice has learned to do this despite being lost in everything around her being so unpredictable. We too can manage our happiness and defy those who claim it is more difficult for them. We can all do this no matter our lot in this lifetime. So it is saying that your happiness is in your own hands. It is something which can be managed, nurtured, and grown. And that's how they're feeling. And that's how I feel like it's saying that you feel about them, but also what they feel about you as well. I feel like it's kind of like being shared between the both of you, for some of you especially. But again, it's like something that they want to tell you, they want to share with you. Maybe they want you to be happy. So we have number 12, have faith, trust your faith in this situation. And that's what they're also feeling. It says, trust your faith in the situation. When we honestly believe things will work out, our faith will confidently see us through. Again, this is exactly like what I'm feeling like what they managed to accomplish through. And maybe they never did it before. Maybe they learned how to do it through the circumstances, and now, even through what happened between the both of you, they've managed to learn how to be happy, how to manage their happiness, and have more faith. It says the angels are with you, and divine support is something you can have complete faith in. Simple truths will give you the answers you're looking for. Love is an act of faith. It can be challenged to move forward when you aren't sure what the outcome will be. Stay positive, or stay present with whatever, I'm sitting there saying, I'm making words up now. Stay present with whatever is in front of you right now. Your competence and ability may provide the calm and confidence you need. No, your competence. Why am I like reading words that aren't even here? You may have doubts or fear when you take a step forward or make a decision, but faith gives you the courage to continue. Even setbacks can impart valuable knowledge, experience, and positives. All right, so it's saying that, even the setbacks, even the things that happen has valuable knowledge. Even the negativity, the negative things that have happened still can be positive by learning from it. From learning from the experience, there's valuable knowledge that still can be learned through setbacks. But it also says But, you know, the faith helps give you courage to continue when you're afraid to step forward, okay, or make a decision. So, and that's what they have done. That's what I feel like is saying that they have done, and maybe it's something that they're really hoping that you will do as well. Anyways, I really hope this has been a helpful reading. Let me know in the comments below. I don't know, for some reason I started off doing the reading, and with this one, hopefully all 4 aren't going to be like this, but I just like nothing, like I couldn't decide what oracle cards to use or anything. I'm like, nah, this doesn't feel right. That's the oracle. Like I had these ones and this one, but I couldn't decide what oracle cards here to use, like which ones were going to communicate with me more. It's actually making me want to buy more oracle cards, which I'm probably going to do. But so you can look forward to those. Because actually the same company who makes these ones, they also have like a Whispers of Healing I want to try out too, and they have all these different stuff. But anyways, let me know what you think. This is actually what I'm really feeling, but it really turned out, instead of like I'm trying to say like what are they feeling, it's like it is saying what they're feeling, but it's really complicated. Hopefully this resonates with enough people that people will be like, this reading sucked. Anyways, let me know in the comments below, and now I'm going to go ahead now and move on to stone number 2. Alright, so here we have the cards for stone number 2 with a clear quartz crystal, and let's find out what they're feeling about you. So we have the 7 of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, the Hierophant in the reverse, and the 6 of Cups in the reverse. We also have Mice, Heart, Eagle, Snake. We also have 45, Such a Curious Dream, and number 34, Receive with Love and Appreciation. All right, so number 1 was pretty complicated, so hopefully this one won't be as complicated, even though it's already starting to look complicated if you ask me. Because these are conflicting energies. But let's clarify these. Maybe it'll help me understand these ones better. Alright, so let's clarify the 7 of Wands, please. Clarify the 7 of Wands. Kind of want to move these up a little bit. Clarify the 7 of Wands. It's an interesting card to come out. Alright, so this person is feeling they want to stand up for what they believe in. And what they believe in is being happy and happiness and family and everybody being happy and joy. Clarify the 10 of Cups, please. Clarify the 10 of Cups. I feel like they're starting to gain clarity on the situation, and man, they want to be happy. They want things to be positive, and they're gaining clarity on it with the Page of Swords in the reverse. I mean, with the Snake card here, which says deception, jealousy, betrayal, backstab, toxic, silent treatment, seduction, and sexuality. I'm not feeling the seduction, sexuality part of it right now. I'm feeling like there's some kind of deception that could be going on. Could be a misunderstanding, but they're feeling there's some kind of deception, I think. Let's clarify the Page of Swords in the reverse, please. Clarify the Page of Swords in the reverse. We have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. The Knight of Pentacles in the reverse is someone who is second-guessing the situation. They're also very slow. And someone who is like almost stuck. They're not quite stuck, but they're almost stuck. They're like, it's like someone who's getting into something and then putting on the brakes. Alright, so we have the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune can indicate bad luck, setbacks, things that aren't working out. Let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, please. Clarify the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. So we have the Queen of Pentacles. Feels like somebody is, there is setbacks, there is bad luck over a situation, maybe to do with money and family, maybe even the mother. Not for all of you, but mothers can be involved in the situation. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles. with some kind of legacy. And 10 of Pentacles, please. Clarify the 10 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. There's a load of earth energy going on here. So I'm really feeling like they could be expecting a handout, or maybe they did expect a handout, or expecting to get something, expecting to get money from a family member and didn't quite work out. Let's clarify the Hierophant in the reverse, please. Clarify the Hierophant in the reverse. Damn, there's all these 10s. Ending a cycle here with this one. So we have the 10 of Wands in the reverse as well. It can indicate that the 10 of Wands is like feeling like a martyr, doing everything on their own, working really hard, but not really feeling like you got anybody to help you out. Like you're kind of like, oh, I got to do everything type of feeling. Now, the Hierophant in the reverse can indicate some kind of guilt or something like that. Maybe they feel like as a result of some kind of behavior or something that could have resulted in that. But also could be, it feels like some kind of, it feels like some kind of negative behavior that resulted in them having to do everything on their own. Let's clarify the 10 of Wands in the reverse. Clarify the 10 of Wands in the reverse. We have the Empress. It feels like this person has done something wrong to somebody, and they're not sure what to do or what to say, what's the right thing to do or say, but they're doing everything on their own. Again, the Empress is a mother card. Also is someone who is abundant and grounded, down to earth. Clarify the Empress, please. Creative. The 2 of Cups. So this person does love whoever. If you're the Empress, then they love you. You could be very well be indicated here. They also, I mean, you could be the one that they didn't. Not necessarily. Let's clarify the 2 of Cups. Clarify the 2 of Cups. Clarify the 2 of Cups. The Knight of Wands. So there's indicating of rushing ahead, not thinking things through before getting into something. They may have rushed ahead possibly with you, or there is some kind of love situation that they rushed ahead into without really thinking things through. And so they're like really feeling really overly worked, it feels. I think they were hoping that something would happen, like financially. Maybe they were asking for someone for a loan or something like that. It didn't quite work out. And they want to be happy. It's really clear to them, but I feel like they're not, maybe their deception is that maybe they're faking that it didn't work out for some of you. Maybe they didn't tell you what's going on. Maybe they're not being open and communicating with the situation. Let's clarify the 6 of Cups in the reverse. Clarify the 6 of Cups in the reverse. The 4 of Wands. The 6 of Cups in the reverse can indicate, you know, well, just 6 of Cups in general can indicate children being involved in the situation. But also having selected memory, you know, trying to release the past or being stuck in the past. But then we have the 4 of Wands, which is about kind of celebrating and being happy. It feels like they're not stuck in the class, but they're like trying to remember the happy things. Clarify the 4 of Wands, please. Clarify the 4 of Wands, and they're happy. Then we have the Ace of Wands. Gathering inspiration by this memory. Clarify the Ace of Wands, please. They're gathering strength, I'm feeling. They have the King of Wands, so they're gathering strength. They're gathering, I feel like they're getting passionate. They're feeling more confidence. They're gathering confidence. This is what they're going through. This is a little bit everywhere, okay? All right, anyway, so this is what they're feeling about you. All right, so we have mice, and then we have eagle. In this situation, it says mice. I'm going to name all the words, but I'm going to tell you which ones I feel pop out at me the most after reading all of these. And the words that it says here is illness, fatigue, stress, anxiety, worry, reduce, restless, filth, decay, deteriorate, loss, and theft. Now, I feel like there is like a degree that could happen that could be loss and theft. So it's not impossible. I am picking up that some of you, they might have been stolen from, and that's why they had to try to get the money, or they lost some kind of money in some way. They lost something. But also I'm feeling this stress, fatigue, worrying, anxiety, and all of this stuff. I'm feeling this energy going on. And it's not like I feel like that they're feeling it about you. It's more like it feels like they're trying to cover up because they love you, okay? They're trying to cover up. They are being deceptive, but it's not because they're trying to be mean or evil or anything like that. It's like they want you to be happy and they don't want you to worry. That's what it feels like. Okay? They're trying to have new hope. They're trying to have a clear vision. They're trying to be optimistic. It seems like, I mean, they're getting their butts kicked, it seems, but they're trying to be optimistic. All right, and then we have heart. So we have love, romance, joy, bliss, heart's desire. I feel like that you are their heart's desire, and this financial situation is really setting them back, okay? Maybe they aren't able to come forward to you. Maybe they weren't able to do something that they wanted to do. Maybe something's being delayed because of it, and they're not telling you the truth about the situation. But we have, you know, they do love you. You know, they feel very like fulfilled around you, and kindness and forgiveness. You know, they're very content. There's a lot of affection they feel for you. You know, fulfillment. But we have deception, and it did worry me. It was kind of weird. I'm like, what? Because what I do is I pull these cards, and then I ask for a clarifier for these to help me kind of understand what it's trying to say. And then it was so weird to get heart and then deception, you know. But it feels like it's just deception in this one. I feel like that they're just not being totally honest with and they're trying to kind of keeping everything to themselves with the Ten of Wands. So let's go ahead and read Such a Curious Dream. I'm getting some interesting readings here. They seem pretty specific to me. I don't know what to do when I get really specific things coming out of general readings, but I just hope that I just say what it says and then hope for the best. What else can I do? All right, so we have number 45, Such a Curious Dream. Grounding, returning to home, turning to reality. Said, "Oh, I've had such a curious dream," said Alice, and she told her sister, as well as she could remember them, all these strange adventures of hers. And when she had finished, her sister kissed her and said, "It was a curious dream, dear, certainly, but now run into your tea. It's getting late." We often have remarkable moments, just as Alice does, when she begins her journey by following the white rabbit. But just as we must follow the dream, we must also return to the everyday. In this card, at this moment, you're being asked to return to what many people might consider ordinary. You must take care of yourself, eat well, go home, be grounded, and take care of what must be taken care of. Oh, that's what I kind of feel like they feel like with you. So like when they're around you and they just feel like they're in this amazing dream and everything's amazing, and then when they're not in your company, or they have to come back to reality, you know? So they go to La La Land to visit you, and then when they're not visiting you, they have to go back to reality, and reality is a lot of work and everything and setbacks. So it says, the ordinary and yet blessed responsibilities within our lives. There is still great magic in this, especially after journeying through our own wonderland and knowing true enchantment. For we can return, but we are forever changed. Now it is time to ground. Come home, integrate the experiences you've had, and do the very simple, mundane tasks that most people don't consider special enough to have any magic at all within them. But they are magic, dear soul. They are. Let every simple act be done with awareness, simplicity, gratitude, and kindness. Do not be dissatisfied with the seemingly mundane nature of it all. Instead, embrace this coming back to earth as an opportunity to ground, reconnect, and bring a sense of the sacred, of the magic of Wonderland to all that you do. No matter how humble it may be, you will return to that extraordinary place again. But for now, embrace the joy of being at home within your humanity. So that's something I feel like that they're dealing with you, is that when they're thinking about you and they're not, like in their off time, if they're thinking about you, or when they're spending time with you, that's what I feel like they're feeling about you. Sorry, so we have 34. Receive with love and appreciation. It says, gracious acceptance is a way to show love. Being courteous when someone gives you something as simple consideration, the angels encourage you to graciously receive as an act of kindness. Allow someone to express love by accepting what they want to do for or give to you. Being appreciative expresses your feelings through action. Extend your gratitude by saying a heartfelt thank you to those who take the time to help you. Showing appreciation is good manners. It demonstrates your respect for someone's time, knowledge, energy, or assistance, and that you truly realize what has been given to you. Open gratitude connects you to the giver in a deeper way. A sincere appreciation of people and their role in your life creates a mutual connection. That one's a little confusing. I think that can go either way. Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, that's all I have for stone number 2. If you like this kind of reading, please give my video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it, and it really helps me out. If you would like to be notified of future videos, please subscribe and hit the bell notification. And if you would like to have a private reading, you can see how to do that in the video description below. Alright, well, thank you very much, and I'm going to go ahead now and move on to stone number 3. Alright, so here we have the cards for stone number 3 with the amethyst. And let's find out what your person is truly feeling about you. So these are really intense tonight, so hopefully this resonates with you. So we have the Page of Swords, we have the 7 of Pentacles, we have the 4 of Wands, we have the Sun. We also have birds, magnifying glass, mice, and snake. Then we have over here for this oracle card, we have number 18, no need to fear. Then we have number 38, honesty is essential. Right off the bat, I'm just going to say, like, I know that this right here doesn't really seem to be going with this too well, okay? But in a way it does, okay? I'm going to have to clarify these, but the person, what I'm getting out of this so far is that the person doesn't think you're being completely honest with them. So, but let's figure out what's going on. They feel like you're not being honest with them. Let's clarify the Page of Swords, please. Which is actually, ironically enough, the Page of Swords is about communication, about a message of truth, a communication of truth, a truthful communication. Then we have the 5 of Cups. Clarify the Five of Cups, please. Clarify the Five of Cups. This one I'm not counting because that kind of fell out when I went to go pick up the other card. Let's go one at a time for the moment. Okay, these are being really intense tonight. So we have the Chariot. Don't worry. If it's really meant to come out, it will come out. It always does. We have the Chariot in the reverse. So I feel like they've gotten some kind of message alerting them to the truth about a situation, and it's bumming them out. They're feeling really sad with the Five of Cups, and with the Chariot, it's putting them on the brakes. Okay, they're like slowly like, oh, what's going on here? Let's clarify the Chariot, please, in the reverse. Clarify the Chariot in the reverse. All right, so we have the World. All right, which is about, it could indicate traveling. Maybe that you had for some of you, maybe you had travel plans or something like that. Maybe you're going to fly somewhere, do something. But also it can indicate that I feel like that this person wants a new beginning, or they're hoping for a new beginning, but they're starting to think that maybe they should get to know more about you. Just clarify the World, please. Clarify the World. Clarify the World. Yeah, believe the Fool in the reverse. So they're like, they're starting to not trust you, starting to, maybe I should rethink this. With the Seven of Pentacles indicates that too. They're not thinking about giving up, but they're stopping and assessing the situation. They're trying to figure out if they're doing something wrong. Figure out if they should still keep giving some miracle grow to this pentacle bush. Clarify the Seven of Pentacles, please. Clarify the Seven of Pentacles. So we have the Six of Swords. Is it reverse or upright? It's in the reverse. So they can't quite, like, they have this feeling that you're not being quite honest with them. I don't know if they heard something happened that gave them this idea. It could be different. It's going to be different for everybody. But they can't quite get over this feeling. Let's clarify the Six of Swords in the reverse, please. Clarify the Six of Swords in the reverse. I don't really feel like they're talking about it too much. They might be, maybe they're not really communicating it with you. But with the Two of Pentacles in the reverse, I feel like they're feeling like maybe like overwhelmed with this feeling. And it's putting some kind of delays in something that they have to do. They're trying to figure out more of what's going on before they continue. Clarify the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. All right, and the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands can indicate air travel, but also rapid communication. Something that's full of a lot of energy. I'm getting, for some reason, let me know if this is true for some of you, like air travel has been like delayed or halted. Clarify the Eight of Wands, please. Clarify the Eight of Wands, the Two of Wands. So they're feeling overwhelmed. They can't quite get over this feeling, and they're trying to think about what their options are. They're weighing the potential of the situation, trying to figure out what path they should choose. Alright, and then we have the Four of Wands, which is confusing because it doesn't go with everything. These two cards don't go, but let's clarify it. Maybe it'll help me understand it better. Clarify the Four of Wands, please. Clarify the Four of Wands. Clarify the Four of Wands. Clarify the Four of Wands. This one came out first. Alright, so we have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is about being financially wealthy, like, and financially independent and resourceful and kind of earned luxury and rewards. And it feels like this is speaking of rewards. Clarify the Nine of Pentacles, please. Clarify the Nine of Pentacles and the Sun. So there's like some kind of rewards or something that is going on that is making them feel more positive about you, though. Clarify the Sun. Clarify the Sun. I don't know, which one should I clarify? Alright, we have the Hierophant. For some, I feel like marriage could be involved in this situation. Like luxury rewards, clarity, self-acceptance, acceptance. But then, I don't know, it feels like they're trying to accept the situation. We have the Hierophant, maybe seeking guidance from somebody about their feelings. Could be spiritual guidance from somebody. Clarify the Hierophant, please. For the Hierophant, we have the Devil. I kind of hate it when these come together because it's like obvious opposing forces. Because obviously the Hierophant is like a priest, so and this is the Devil. It's like it's like the Devil and God. Hierophant, the Devil. Oh crap. Yeah, okay. And it seems like the Devil is like restrictions, commitment, limitations. It's like they feel like there's limitations and they're thinking about giving up on it. For some of you. Like they have maybe they're ignoring feedback, repeating mistakes. Doesn't mean they're going to, they're like getting ready to. So it's not like this is not final, there's something they're thinking about. Clarify the Sun. It's just the Ace of Wands. Clarify the Ace of Wands. Clarify the Ace of Wands. Clarify the Ace of Wands. Strength. But it's like, the hell. Either way, what is going on here is this person seems very confused. There's like a choice that they feel like they got to make. On one hand, they feel like that you're a very positive thing for them and everything. And at the same time, something is like telling them that things are not quite right. We do have birds here. They're definitely nervous. This doesn't say it on the card, but I'm like getting a little bit of gossiping. Clarify strength, please. Oh, reverse or upright. Alright. We have the Five of Swords in reverse. I told you it would come back out if it wanted to. There's some kind of like apology that might be coming on, some kind of resolution to a problem or argument or something. They're trying to gain the courage to do that. Clarify the Five of Swords. Clarify the Five of Swords in the reverse. Please clarify the Five of Swords in the reverse. And Six of Wands. We have the Four of Swords. So it's like, it's saying to me that some kind of mixed public thing. It's like, it feels like they're trying to look good in front of other people or something like that. And there's 4 of Swords, which is resting and reflecting on the situation. Alright, so this person is confused about you. That's for sure. They're worried that you're being deceptive. And I don't know if they're really, I don't know. I'm not feeling like, I'm feeling like a lot of you aren't really, and they're just being paranoid. This feels pretty paranoid. But let's start here. So we have birds. So the bird says communicate, negotiate, chatter. I feel like there is chatter, but it feels like there's chatter among multiple people. This person is nervous and flighty. You know, they have text, call, contact. I feel like there's some kind of weird communication that they're getting. Maybe someone's being deceptive to them. Maybe they're trying to make them feel like, turn them against you or something. There's some kind of weird drama going on here. And it's causing them like stress, anxiety, worry, restlessness, you know? This does feel like multiple people are involved. So then we have magnifying glass. And so it's saying get more info, you know, clarity, gain clarity, research, okay, examine the fine print, important details. And then we have snake, deception. They're worried about deception. They're worried about betrayal. They're worried about being stabbed in the back, you know? It does say seduction and sexuality. But I'm not feeling that here in this reading right now. So sorry to report that it's not what I'm getting. So let's go ahead and read this. We have number 18, no need to fear. There's definitely an element of fear and honesty. They're afraid of you not being honest with them. And I don't know if it's necessarily your fault or anything. It feels like you're kind of a victim of circumstance, even though I don't like to use the V word, but it's more like things are going on and I feel like you're trying to be positive for the most part. It's like, it feels like people say things, but then they're around you, they feel differently and they're going back and forth all the time. So it says, no need to fear. Remember how powerful you are. Alice knew it was the rabbit coming to look for her, and she trembled till she shook the house, quite forgetting that she was not about 1,000 times as large as the rabbit and had no reason to be afraid of it. When we are in unfamiliar circumstances and we feel confronted by the events unfolding about us, which in so many ways entered our lives through choices we made, we can feel fearful, doubtful, even intimidated. We may be nervous, appeasing, and diminished in these circumstances. Despite the strangeness of all that is about you, this card has come to remind you of your substance, your power, and your right to be assertive and take up space. This is what they're thinking about towards you. Like, they're thinking there's no need to fear. They keep thinking, I'm more powerful than they are. Why am I afraid of them? But anyways, it's talking about their feelings towards you. You feel frightened at this moment, but this is because you have forgotten just how much energy you have within you. Rationally, you have nothing to be afraid of. So rationally, they know that they shouldn't have anything to be afraid of. It says, take a moment to remind yourself of the power within you and confront what you have been hiding from. For you are larger, more immense, more impressive, and more influential than you currently believe. Remind yourself of all the great and fine qualities you have, your wit, your courage, your strength, and your tenacity, and you will find your courage again. You will realize you are more than equal to those about you, and more than able to cope with the circumstances you find yourself within. Like Alice, you are larger than that which you are afraid of. Remember this now and go forward with confidence and strength. So they do feel like they are afraid, but they're afraid out of habit and not out of any reason. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like there's no real logical reason for them to be afraid. So it's more out of habit, you know, that the reason why they're behaving like this. So they're going back and forth. They're thinking back and forth like, reassuring themselves and everything. And then we have number 38. So they are thinking that honesty is essential with you. It says, speak with love and truth. Love aims to do what is best for another person. Speak honestly. Tell the truth about your emotions. Maybe they will decide to tell you the truth about how they're feeling as well. There's an opportunity to clear the air and create a positive outcome. Truthfulness is an important part of any relationship. If you're sharing something that isn't real, you aren't being straightforward. When you avoid the truth because you fear how it will be received, you create blocks or walls in your relationship. Work on speaking with clarity, love, softness, and honesty to get to the truth and develop a stronger bond with your partner. Be compassionate about their emotions. Try to be open to what they have to say and avoid personalizing their frankness. So I am feeling, it's important to them that you speak with truth and honesty, but also in love. But I'm really feeling like they might decide to tell you about how all of these insecurities and this worrying and stress that they've been going through. Because, all in all, this is a positive reading for the most part. But this person's definitely got something they're going through and they're working on getting past. And I don't feel like it's necessarily your fault. Again, they feel like they're being irrational. They have this irrational fear and it's out of habit and everything. So try to, take it easy with them. I don't know. Anyways, hopefully it was helpful for you. Anyways, this is all I have for stone number 3. If you like this kind of reading, please give my video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it and it really helps me out. If you would like to be notified of future videos, please subscribe and hit the bell notification. And if you would like to have a private reading, you can see how to do that in the video description below. Alright, well, thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead now and move on to stone number 4. Alright, so here we have the cards for stone number 4 with the rose quartz. And let's find out what they're feeling about you. So, we have the 5 of Pentacles, we have the King of Swords, we have the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Swords in the reverse. We also have Clover, Church, House, and Moon. We also have number 30, Law is not justice, rules that are not fair. And we have number 28, the Union of Hearts. I kind of love that these are matte, just because, at least for the camera, because the other ones glare. Even though I think the other ones come out easier, like they're easier to move around. The shinier ones are. All right, so I'm learning to not get ahead of myself here on these. So we're just going to start with the first one. All right. And so the first one is the 5 of Pentacles, which is someone who is typically feeling abandoned, left out in the cold. They also may be feeling like that could end up it be financial, so they might actually not have a physical home. Being physically, it's like a physical feeling, like you're feeling physically abandoned, but also can indicate like someone could be like homeless or something like that. It's just like also like you're broke, but let's see what it says. Let's clarify the 5 of Pentacles, please. Clarify the 5 of Pentacles. All right, so we have the Devil. The Devil is about commitment and restrictions and limitations. So in this situation, they're feeling like they're very limited in what they're able to do. Let's clarify the Devil, please. Clarify the Devil. Clarify the Devil. Clarify the Devil. So we have the King of Cups, but I think it came out reversed. Oh no, it's in the upright now. So we have the King of Cups. That's about being emotionally wise and mature. This also could indicate your person or you. So it could be a water sign. Let's clarify the King of Cups, please. Clarify the King of Cups. And we have the King of Wands in the reverse. There's multiple people, obviously, in play in this situation. King of Wands in the reverse is somebody who's controlling, egotistical, someone who is manipulative, someone who is inauthentic. Clarify the King of Wands in reverse. We have the Chariot. This forward movement, controlled, like with discipline, you know, disciplined forward movement. It could be a Cancer. Verifying, because the King of Wands is Cancer, Leo. Could be any fire sign, but alright, so we have the Tower. So something happened. It feels like somebody purposely caused this to happen. Clarify the Tower, please. Clarify the Tower. And the Hangman. First upright. Okay. So the person could have been a Pisces who contributed to this feeling as well. Feels like there's a lot that is going on in this situation. And you could be a Pisces, so maybe it's trying to say you had something to do with it yourself, like maybe you shot yourself in the foot. I don't know. It's going to be different. Don't get ahead of it. Don't get excited, because I'm just speculating at this point, but I feel like you could be saying, like, maybe you're a water sign and you're someone who is normally very emotionally calm. Someone's chill, someone's easygoing, you know. And then along came someone who, it could have been you who was being inauthentic towards another person. Could have been a Cancer, an Aries, or a Pisces. Doesn't necessarily have to be. I'm just trying to help figure out who is who by naming the signs. Either way, there's a lot of things going on here that caused everybody. So maybe a Leo, you know, with the King of Wands in the reverse, did something to cause a Tower moment for a Pisces. That could also be a scenario. All right, so then we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is someone who thinks logically. They're kind of cold and they're not very emotional, you know. Could indicate a Capricorn or an Aquarius. Let's clarify the King of Swords, please. Clarify the King of Swords. Clarify the King of Swords. So either way, whatever their sign is. With the King of Swords, they're thinking logically, they're being cold, okay? And they're feeling isolated, and with the Four of Pentacles, they're actually behaving pretty greedy. They're being greedy. This is interesting. Clarify the Four of Pentacles, please. Clarify the Four of Pentacles. So we have the Ace of Swords. So somebody in the reverse, somebody could be being dishonest. There could be some kind of miscommunication, misunderstanding, or it could just be a flat out lie that is going on. Let's clarify the Ace of Swords in the reverse towards someone who is maybe a water sign with the Page of Cups. So it's like there's some kind of deception going on about a love situation. Let's clarify the Ace of Cups, please. Clarify the Ace of Cups. Clarify the Ace of Cups. Alright, so we have the Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups could indicate some kind of physical offer, like giving something physical. The Ace of Cups is about love, flow, and intuition. Wheel of Fortune. Alright, so destiny, luck. So they feel like They feel like you are someone who's loyal and dependable. Okay, and also they feel very lucky to have come across you. Another thing that indicates that is clover. It's a happy coincidence. I feel like it's like unexpected. It's like fling, flirt. Clarify the Wheel of Fortune, please. Clarify the Wheel of Fortune. Clarify the Wheel of Fortune. We have Temperance. And so they're trying to compromise in the situation. Why do I feel like this person's not being honest with you? There's something, I have this like weird feeling of something, like someone having, I know this isn't what is their intentions towards me. Maybe I should do that. But I don't know, this person feels like they don't have the best intentions towards you, like in the long run. Like it feels like they want to get with you and everything, but it's like not. Gosh, this is mixed up. There's multiple people here. Let's clarify the Page of Cups, please. Clarify the Page of Cups. Whoever the King of Swords is, this person, if this is them, then that's deception. Maybe I should just start naming everybody who's in here. So we have the Knight of Wands. So it's saying that it feels like, I'm feeling like maybe you could be the water sign for some of you. Or you could be indicated by the person, someone who's doing the love offer, but clarify the Knight of Wands, please. Clarify the Knight of Wands. Alright, so I feel like there's a certain degree of rushing in on the situation. Feeling adventurous, but like rushing in. Maybe not thinking too much ahead. You know, we have the Six of Wands in the reverse. Which can indicate somebody who has trouble in a leadership role. It's like difficulty in leadership, corruption, arrogance, a lack of recognition. I don't know. I'm just feeling like some kind of corruption from this card. So whoever this is, it could be any air sign, but also it can be an Aquarius or a Capricorn. I'm just feeling like some kind of something negative coming off of this person. It's so weird because it's saying there's like a degree of feeling cold. I am getting this cold feeling and thinking logical, but then I get this Ace of Cups feeling, which is annoying me. Clarify the Ace of Cups, please. Clarify the Ace of Cups. The Eight of Cups. So it's like moving away from an emotional, maybe the person's moving away from the emotional situation. They're moving away from, like they could be falling out of love, but they're still staying in the situation because they feel, okay, that's starting to make more sense. You know what it feels like? It feels like it's like I'm going to finish and then before I get ahead of myself again. You guys got really intense readings tonight, all of them. All intense. Let's clarify the Ace of Swords in the reverse, please. We have the Two of Cups in the reverse. Clarify the Two of Cups in the reverse. The Nine of Swords. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Clarify the Nine of Swords, please. The Three of Wands in the reverse. Three of Wands in the reverse. Clarify the Three of Wands in the reverse. The Empress. Okay. This feels like somebody who... It feels like maybe you... This is weird. This is coming up for feeling. But I guess it is. It's trying to explain the feelings with these clarification cards. And what I feel like it's saying is that someone, like you, I feel like it's you, went through maybe a breakup or something, went through something that caused you to feel like you have this Five of Pentacles. Okay, and I feel like people did things to contribute to that. Okay, and I feel like you were very emotionally stressed over the situation. And then I feel like this person came along and kind of did things to make you feel better. But I feel like this is a person who is being selfish and greedy. There's something that you have that they wanted, and so they went ahead and made a love offer. Maybe you're somebody who has a lot. Maybe you're an abundant person with the Empress here. Maybe you're someone who isn't really broke or anything, but somebody who you have something that they like that not everyone has. And we have the Knight of Wands. So they are feeling very... I feel like they did things. They lied. They gave you a love offer. There's messages, letters of love going back and forth. And then... But I feel like there's like some kind of deception going on. Some kind of lying. Some kind of deception. But it feels like it's saying that you went ahead and you rushed into the situation. Anyways, maybe you're going through a breakup or something like that, and you kind of wanted to... Maybe you're not feeling very loved, you're feeling abandoned, and you didn't want to feel abandoned anymore. It's saying that maybe success, for some of you, it could be that success and recognition inflated your ego. And maybe you had lost sight of your original purpose for your what you were doing. Instead of focus on like increased fame and like there. Anyway, so all of this kind of contributed to the situation that you're in with this person. And I feel like this person did start off loving you with the Ace of Cups. I feel like you loved them. They loved you. There's this flowing emotions, right? And someone was being cautious or trying to. Maybe they seemed really loyal and dependable to you. You know, we had the Wheel of Fortune. Maybe you felt like it was luck or destiny. This person happened to come along right when you're in such a crappy situation. And so you came together and it helped you move on from the difficult emotional situation. But also it feels like, to me, like there's something here where this person, maybe they did love you more or something, but maybe they're starting to move away from that honeymoon phase for some of you. There's just something is not right with that person, and I don't have enough cards to really put my finger on all of it. Alright, but I feel like this person doesn't feel quite the same, or there's definitely there's not an equal relationship between both of you. I feel like they're the ones who's not being equal. I know it's a king, but it doesn't matter if it's a guy or a girl. It could be either one. And I feel like Someone is, the Nine of Swords is about worrying, anxiety, depression. I feel like they're worried about that. And they're apprehensive about having a future with you. And then we have the Empress. Alright, so everybody's got these really intense readings tonight. Clarify the Empress, please. Clarify the Empress. We have the Eight of Wands and the Sun. Check Empress then. The Sun and the Empress have similar meanings. In the reverse. Alright, it is in the reverse. So they're apprehensive and they're worried about burning out in the situation. They may have communicated some of this with you. I don't know. It feels like they... this feels so weird. I was getting like, I keep getting weird cards too. So let's do this. So the other thing is, okay, so when you came along, it felt like luck. They're very happy, you know, they feel like they got really, you know, fortunate. There's unexpected rendezvous. It was like a fling for them. Okay, but I feel like that they want to stay in the situation they stay. Like there's, the deception is that I think that they, even though they feel, you know, like they don't quite feel the strong emotions. They don't feel like the love that they felt, like the magic, you know, the honeymoon part where you're first meeting someone and you don't know them that well at first, you know, and that then you have that love feeling, you know, that warm fuzzy feeling. And then, but it feels like to me, like this feeling is wearing off. And a bit, and they're worried about that. Okay, I don't know if some of you are maybe thinking about getting married, maybe you're engaged, maybe you're in a situation where you'd end up being married. Okay, we have principle, religion, we have church here, dogma, family values, marriage, collective conscious, tradition. I don't know, it feels like they're holding on to some fantasy about getting this fantasy wedding. Maybe you can provide them with this amazing wedding and everything. And it feels like there's like this recognition though. There's like this public recognition. There's like, this is so crazy. But anyways, you are stable to them. You have roots. You're comfortable. You feel safe to them. Okay. And they feel sheltered by you. And so even though they don't feel as much love as they did, they want to stay in this relationship because of the fantasy. They want to stay in the relationship because because the fantasy of love, the fantasy of whatever it is that you have, that you offer to them, that they can't seem to get anywhere else, even though they don't really feel as much love for you as they once did. This is messed up, but I think this might be the one I dislike the most. I think I dislike this reading the most so far. So 30, laws not justice, rules that are not fair. Let's try to figure out what this is saying. Let me get it. So it says, let the jury consider their verdict. The king said for about the 20th time that day, no, no, said the queen, sentence first, verdict afterwards. The situation Alice finds herself is patently unfair, my bad. All right, let me start. The situation Alice finds herself in is patently unfair. No one should be judged, convicted, or served a sentence prior to the evidence being heard, but this is the situation Alice finds herself within. This could be what is taking place in your world. Unfair as it may be, someone wants to judge you before they know you. All right. Did you hear that part? So they judged you before they known you. So they decided, you know, this love feeling, they judged you before they've gotten to know you. And when you judge, you make a decision. And in that decision, this person has decided that, you know, there's some kind of fortune, there's some kind of good fortune, there's some kind of, I feel like you have something to offer this person. I'm sorry for the people that this doesn't resonate with, but there is something, there's at least one person this resonates with, but there is something that you have that they want, and it's like they're in love with the idea of you. They're in love with the idea of what you can give them, if that makes sense. All right, so I'm going to read again. This could be what is taking place in your world. Unfair as it may be, someone wants to judge you before they know you, convict you before they understand your side of the story, and they most certainly have not examined any evidence. Nevertheless, they wish to judge. And as Alice so bravely does, you must speak up and say it's unfair and wrong. It is not right for you to be judged, but another person wishes to do so. Unless you speak up, there could be very strong consequences. When you're told to be quiet and to tolerate the judgments being made about you, this card urges you to speak up. I feel like this is talking to you. Against injustice and object to what is taking place. Your opinion of yourself is what is most valuable. You can state your case clearly, with strength and power, and doing so will help you remember how very strong you are, how very admired you are, how worthwhile and decent you are. You are worthy of respect, fairness, and kindness. If you're being treated poorly, speak up. When you do so, the spell will be broken and people will see that your side of the story is well worth listening to. Never allow another to steal your self-worth. So that's what I kind of feel like is going on here with you. I feel like there's some kind of situation to where this person is stealing your self-worth in some way. I have a feeling that this person maybe even with the King of Swords, they could actually even speak harshly towards you and be judgmental towards you. It's someone like the King of Swords is someone who's very critical. All right, so let's go ahead and read this one, the Union of the Hearts. This is I'm not gonna know. I don't know if I've ever even read this one, so I'm gonna read it and then try to figure out what the heck it's trying to say. It says, the union of hearts, a love connection defies explanation. So this is so special, unique, and cannot define in words. This love is comfortable and a perfect fit. It can be between parents and children, romantic partners, or a special friendship. It is important to recognize the significance love has in your life. Shift your attention to the essentials in a relationship. Okay, it's saying essentials. It's saying comfortable. Celebrate the wealth of love present in your life. This card is prompting you to redirect your awareness from your goals and desired outcomes into your relationship. You don't have to wait for a special occasion to do something for someone you love. Send a note, a card, or a flower to let them know you truly value them and the part they play in your world. So what I'm getting out of this, I know this isn't going to sound the same for everybody. You're like, what? How did you get that out of there? But what I am getting out of here is that this person is wanting you to redirect awareness from your goals and your desired outcomes into your relationship. It's like I don't know, this just doesn't. See, it's like this love is comfortable. It's a perfect fit for them. That's what they're thinking, that they're feeling, that they feel like it's a good fit for them. Like they feel like they know that if they get into this relationship, that it's better for them in the long run. Okay, I feel like that, like, things really hit off really well at first, and things are kind of dying down, and this person's being very critical. I feel like they're being overly critical of you, okay, and they're still hanging on to this fantasy of the love that you had. They're still hanging on to the fantasy of the Union of the Hearts card here. They feel like, you know, this is really great. You know, this person has, I feel like you're somebody who probably has a lot to offer. Let me know in the comments below, but I feel like there's something about you that is very abundant. I feel like you're very abundant and you have a lot to offer. But if this person is being, if this is true, this card right here, and this person's being very judgmental of you, very overly critical of you, I don't feel like for some reason this energy doesn't feel like it's trying, I feel like it's trying to tell you to stand up for yourself. And it just feels like that's so weird. But anyways, it feels like that it's trying to say that this person is behaving this way to you. If this is true, then I don't know, don't let this person treat you, don't let them also use your love against you to manipulate you. I know that I feel like, man, there's something with the Ace of Swords in the reverse. I've gotten it twice, and that's not a good card. So I've gotten mixed, it's a little, this reading is confusing, because I've gotten a bunch of missed cards. So I feel like there's there's lies, there's confusion, there's denial, there's difficult communication going on in this situation. This card is like a warning to either slow down or back away. Okay, and I feel like it could be telling you, and it's telling them they're feeling that way as well. But it's like they're torn. I feel like they feel like this is a very comfortable relationship. They're still in love with the idea of love. They're in love with the idea of you. But I still feel like there's something that they're judging you about. There's something about you that they don't like. Everything else looks good, except there's some things that they just nag, and they probably are trying to change you. They might be trying to change who you are, how you behave, or something like that, how you look, or something. Either way, I feel like this person is kind of like nagging you and being overly critical of you. And I feel like they might use your emotions to manipulate you. Maybe, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like that you're very emotionally strong, an emotional loving person. And I'm just feeling like this person is using you, or has used you, your emotions, to get you to do things maybe you wouldn't normally do, or get you to accept things that you wouldn't normally accept, or behave, you know, like. And you know, I kind of feel like for some of you, I'm not going to say this for everybody, take whatever resonates, but for some of you, I feel like, you know, you're coming kind of full circle in this situation. I feel like maybe when you're feeling left out in the cold, I feel like there's something that is trying to tell me that there's some kind of lesson that you learned in your previous relationship where you got left out in the cold here with the Five of Pentacles, that is coming back around. This is going to happen again right here in the end. Okay, and that's what I'm feeling like is going to happen. Maybe there's some kind of lesson in this that should be applied to this relationship situation. And I think part of it has to do with having an authentic life. I mean, you have to decide, do you want to be with somebody because they need you, because they're using you, or do you want someone to be with you, you know, because they actually really love you for who you are, and they don't want to change you, and they love you without changing you. They don't want to judge you. They love how you are, with who you are. And I think that's something you got to think about, because I'm not feeling like this person loves you for who you are, but who they think they can change you into. because everything else, like everything you have, maybe there's something about you that there's a lot of things that they like about you. I feel like a lot of it is physical. So like they might like that you have a nice house, you have a nice car, maybe you have a nice job, you have everything else. But when it comes to your personality, they don't like maybe your personality. Maybe they don't like the way that you do your hair. Maybe they don't like the way you dress. Maybe they don't like the way that your accent is, or, just things like that. It's just like, and I feel like it feels like they want to change your personality. There's something about your personality that I'm feeling like is not, that there's a clashing of personalities here. And that's what I'm seeing. And I'm really feeling like there is a clash. It's so weird. It's the Union of Hearts. So I feel like, on the surface it looks good, but deep down inside, law is not justice. So take it however it resonates. Anyways, that's all I have for stone number 4. If you like this kind of reading, please give my video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it, and it really helps me out. If you would like to be notified of future videos, please subscribe and hit the bell notification. And if you would like to have a private reading, you can see how to do that in the video description below. Alright, well, thank you very much, and I hope you all have a wonderful day or night. God bless.